The group is a bit antsy after the Secret Santa, so most of them head upstairs to the bathroom or out to their cars to put the gifts away, and some are getting glasses of water to balance out all the alcohol they've been drinking. Michelle is sitting on the couch by herself, scrolling on her phone and not paying attention to her surroundings. All of a sudden, Cara comes up to her and asks to speak to her. "Hey, Michelle, would you mind taking a minute to chat outside?" Cara asked. Michelle looks up, surprised by Cara's sudden approach. "Yeah." The two of them head out to the patio from the living room. Cara folded her hands on the table, sitting across from Michelle. "I'm going to be honest with you. The way you reacted during the gift exchange humiliated us. It wasn't even our gift, and you still singled Tanya out in front of everyone. It wasn't fair, and it wasn't kind. I held it together for the group, but you really hurt what we worked hard to put together. I hope you apologize to Tanya," Cara says, crossing her arms. Michelle sighs loudly. "You're right. I acted like a child. I don't know what came over me when I saw the gift, but that doesn't excuse it. I ruined the night, and I can't take that back. I feel awful." Cara's expression tightens with worry. "Wait, you're not leaving early, are you?" Michelle exhales sharply, pushing back her chair. "I didn't want it to come out that way, but yes, I think it's best that I go." Cara's eyes widen. No, don't go, please. You made a mistake, but everyone here cares about you. We can fix this if you stay." Michelle shakes her head firmly. "Cara, the best thing I can do is leave before I make it worse." Cara grips her shoulders, desperate. "Running away won't solve anything. Stay, talk to Tanya and Gionni. Apologize properly. Leaving now will only make it worse." "I'll apologize again, for the sake of the party, but I'm not staying. I feel terrible, and dragging this out won't help anyone." Cara sighs in frustration. "This isn't just about the party. It's about you facing what you did. If you leave, you're just avoiding the problem." Michelle hardens her voice, cutting her off. "Cara, I said I'll apologize. Let me do that, then let me go." She stands up and heads back inside. The room falls silent as she climbs onto the couch, standing tall and clinking a nearby glass. Cara freezes by the doorway, watching. "Everyone, I owe you an apology. It was wrong of me to lash out on the gift I received. I should have been grateful, and instead I ruined the mood. Cara, Gionni, you worked hard to make this night special, and I ruined it. I'm sorry, truly, but I think it's best if I leave now." Tanya rises, her voice gentle. "Michelle, accept your apology. Please don't leave because of this. We can move past it." Gionni looks over at Tanya and then at Michelle. "Yeah, you don't need to leave because of this. I mean, yeah, what you did was immature, but it's not like it's the end of the world. We all care about you, and we don't want you to go." Michelle storms off the sofa, snatching her coat and keys from the foyer. She yanks the door open and marches onto Cara's driveway. As the engine roars to life, she starts backing out, until Cara bursts out of the house, sprinting down the stairs. Michelle groans. "What now?" she mutters, rolling down the window as Cara plants herself in front of the car. Cara, breathless and furious, glares at her. "What the hell are you doing? After everything we just said in there, you're seriously gonna walk out?" Michelle snaps back, voice dripping with venom. "What do you mean, what am I doing? I said I was leaving, so goodbye." She shifts the gear again, but Cara blocks her path. "No, absolutely not," Cara barks, arms spread wide. "You're not going anywhere." Michelle slams her hand against the wheel. "Cara, what the hell are you doing? I'm an adult. I can make my own goddamn decisions. You've micromanaged this entire night, and now you're trying to control me too? My decision is to leave, and that's exactly what I'm doing." Cara huffs, standing her ground. "I'm not controlling anyone. I'm the host, and I'm trying to keep this party together. You can't just storm out after acting like a toddler earlier." "Did you even listen to my apology? I owned up to it. I apologized. Your husband accepted it. What's your damn problem?" Cara's voice rises, sharp with frustration. "Michelle, I understand you're upset, but please don't leave. You apologized, and we can move past it." Michelle turns the engine off and rolls down her window. Cara walks around to the driver's side door. "Cara, listen. I'm not trying to tear you down. I'm trying to be honest with you. You're my friend and I love you, but sometimes you just don't see how much pressure you put on yourself and on everyone else. You want everything perfect, but perfection doesn't exist. And when things don't go exactly the way you planned, you spiral. You start snapping, micromanaging, and then blaming yourself when people don't meet your expectations. That's not fair to you, and it's not fair to us either." Michelle pauses, her voice softening. "And I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate you. Without you, half of us wouldn't even bother. But you've got to let yourself breathe. You've got to let us help you. You don't have to carry all of this alone. Cara rubs her temples, shaking her head. I know I can be overbearing. I know I can come off like I'm running the show instead of just hosting. You're the one person who will actually call me out when I'm being too much. And I need that. I need you. So let's go back in there. Not to pretend everything's fine, but to show everyone that we can move past this. Cara and Michelle headed back inside and back into the living room. The guests are seated in the living room while Gionni stands at the front, entertaining everyone by doing some unplanned stand-up comedy. A duck walks into a store and says, "1 loaf of bread, and put it on my bill," Gionni says, lowering the prop down from his face. The group giggles as they see Cara and Michelle walk in, interrupting his little show. "Hey," Cara laughs. "Sorry for slipping away," Michelle says softly, glancing down. "No worries at all. I was just entertaining everyone with my stand-up routine," Gionni grins, a little sheepish. "Trust me, you showed up at the perfect time," Don chuckles. "The set needed saving." "Ha! Save the reviews for later, my man," Gionni jokes, walking over to plant a quick kiss on Cara. Cara clears her throat and the group's attention turns to her. With that, we're moving to the kitchen to decorate. Anyone not joining can get cozy in the living room with Coco. The group responds with nods and murmurs of agreement, some people standing up to head to the kitchen while others stay in the living room. "Looks like we're set," Cara teases. "Ready to get messy?" Susan spots a reindeer cutter. "Dibs on this one!" Hillary laughs, grabbing a star. "So predictable." "Reindeer are cute," Susan protests. Tanya grins, lifting a snowflake. Don't underestimate cookie cutter strategy. On the couch, Craig, Rebecca, Michelle, Liz, Carla, and Maria were laughing and chatting. Liz grinned. "Any New Year's plans? Michael and I usually veg out on the couch and watch the ball drop." Rebecca chuckled. "Homebodies, huh?" Michelle smirked. "Champagne and a cat on my lap. That's my tradition." Maria nudged Craig. "We braved the city for Y2K. Wild times. Nothing feels the same anymore." Craig nodded. "Yeah, that was something. And then that jump from 2019 to 2020? Total shocker." Rebecca's eyes widened. "Right? Everybody was ready to party, and then boom, pandemic canceled everything. Surreal." Michelle sighed. "Online classes were brutal. I'm terrible with tech, and I had no one at home to help." Liz nodded. "Same. I had to walk Marnie through board meetings. It was like pulling teeth." "Ugh. Marnie acted like she was the only one struggling. We were all in the same boat." Maria chimed in. "I had to do real estate showings online. Respect to the elderly, but wow, the complaints never ended." "That sounds like a nightmare. I feel for you." "At least in person you can show them around. How do you even do that online?" Maria shook her head. "Laptop, ring light, hours of explaining. It was exhausting. By the time I got home, I had no patience left." No one had patience for anything back then. "Yeah, it was just survival mode. Work, home, repeat." Liz smiled. "Anyway, I'm glad we're all here for the holidays. It feels special." Michelle nodded. "Yeah, it's nice to have everyone together." "How's Marnie been doing in rehab? Is she getting better?" Craig asked. Rebecca takes a sip of wine. "The start was tough. Withdrawals, lots of emotions. But Marnie's making progress. She's in therapy and she's finally facing it." Liz lifts her glass with a smile. "That's great news. Cheers to that." Maria and Michelle raise theirs too. "To Marnie's recovery," they echo, clinking glasses together. With the cookies in the oven, the group in the kitchen takes a moment to rest. Carla looks out the window at the falling snow. "It's really coming down out there, isn't it?" "I hate bad road conditions," Don chuckles. Tom laughs in agreement. "Me too. I don't trust other people to drive carefully in bad weather." Carole nods. "It's gonna be a mess out there, but hopefully everyone will take their time and drive carefully." The kitchen buzzes with chatter as the smell of fresh cookies drifts through the house. Craig pokes his head in from the living room, wine glass in hand. "Save me a gingerbread man. I'm not artistic, but at least I can drown mine in sprinkles." Tanya chuckles, grabbing a chair. "Sprinkles are an art form, Craig. Don't sell yourself short." Carla smirks. "I'm calling dibs on the snowflakes. I've got a vision." Rebecca raises her glass from the couch. "Vision or not, I'm judging everyone's cookies when they're done." Liz smirked. "So, has anyone actually set resolutions? Personally, I think they're pointless. Nobody sticks to them." Rebecca laughed. Exactly. I make these big promises every January, and by spring I've already forgotten them. Maria shook her head with a chuckle. Half of them are ridiculous anyway. Manifesting money, manifesting miracles. Come on. Life doesn't work like that. Michelle rolled her eyes. Yeah, if it works for someone, fine. But most of it's just BS. You can't manifest $1 million without putting in the work. Rebecca grinned. Marnie swears by that stuff. But honestly, you need your life together before you can manifest anything. Liz raised her glass. Amen. Resolutions, affirmations, all of it. It's just instant gratification. Change happens when you're ready, not because the calendar flips. Rebecca's voice softened. Mine's simple. I just want Marnie to get better. I miss my sister. Michelle wrapped an arm around her. She will. She's tough, and she's got all of us behind her. She'll come out stronger. Rebecca smiled faintly. Thanks. I really hope so. Liz leaned in. And we're glad you're here too, Rebecca. Intervention or not, you've become a part of this family. Rebecca wiped her eyes, smiling. I feel so lucky to have you all. I never realized how much I needed this kind of support. Michelle nodded. That's what resolution should be about. Real connections, not empty promises, and we've got that right here. The group of friends began to pick up cookies, a variety of sprinkles, and colored frostings as they began to design their own creations. Everyone laughs, jokes, and enjoys themselves while getting their treats ready for later. I'm getting pretty worn out, Maria yawns. Do you think we can get going soon, honey? Yeah, I'm pretty tired too, Craig says, stretching his arms upwards. Craig and Maria decide to get going. They bid their goodbyes to Michelle, Liz, and Rebecca on the couch, and then they head into the kitchen, passing goodbyes amongst the group. Thank you guys for hosting this. It was wonderful. Truly a Christmas to remember, Maria says, hugging Cara. You're welcome. I hope you guys had a lovely time. I'll walk you out, Cara smiles. Have a good night, guys. Get home safe, Gionni says. As they head out the door, the cold winter air quickly surrounds them. Craig shivers a little, pulling his scarf up to his nose. Brr, it's freezing out here, he says, rubbing his hands together. Cara and Gionni stand at the porch, watching Craig and Maria pull out. The driveway is slick with snow and ice, salted only at the front. Craig glances ahead, sees the clear patch, and throws the car into reverse with too much gas. Ignoring the backup camera and mirrors, he slams straight into Michelle's bumper. Aw, shit, Craig blurts, realizing what happened. What was that? Maria asked, peering out the window. Craig hops out, inspecting the minor dent. I backed right into Michelle's car, he admits. Cara and Gianni's smiles vanish in an instant. Holy shit, Gionni yells, bolting down the stairs. Craig! Cara covers her mouth. Oh no. Maria huffs, unbuckling her seatbelt. Craig, you seriously didn't check both mirrors? I thought I could pull right out, he protests. Cara drops her head into her hands. Michelle's gonna throw a fit when she sees this. Cara, come on. I didn't do it on purpose, Craig defends. Doesn't matter. You still did it, Gionni says. Cara sighs. I'll go tell her. She slips inside, rushing into the living room. Michelle, Craig backed into your bumper, she says nervously. Michelle's smile vanishes. Are you fucking kidding me? She shrieks. Liz and Rebecca gasp. Holy shit, Liz says, following Cara outside. Michelle storms down the stairs, eyes darting between the cars. You gotta be fucking kidding me. How could you be so stupid? Craig hangs his head. I'm sorry, Michelle. I thought the driveway was clear. I wasn't paying attention. It was an accident, I swear. Michelle throws her hands up in disbelief, pacing a few steps before turning back toward Craig. I'm pissed, Craig. Were you even looking? Mirrors, backup camera, anything? You just backed out like nobody else existed. I just got my car fixed, and now you pull this shit. Unbelievable. Craig stands frozen, mortified. Michelle! I know. I made a huge mistake. I'm so sorry for what I did. I'll pay for the repairs, whatever it takes. Please, just let me fix this. Michelle's voice cracks into a scream. You damn fucking right you're paying for this shit. She storms to her car and yanks the door open, slamming it behind her. She fires up the engine, tires crunching over the icy driveway as she whips out onto the street. She parks hard against the curb a few blocks away, kills the engine, and sits in silence. Craig doesn't move, just stands there staring at the damage, shame written all over him as her anger hits like heat in the freezing air. Wow, Craig. Nice going, Liz chuckles. This is not a joking matter, Liz. Cara shakes her head in disappointment. Craig's shoulders slump. I know, he mutters. I screwed up badly. Michelle heads back into the house, determined to leave and forget about what had happened. She looks visibly shaken, her jaw tight, eyes glassy from holding back tears. Well, I guess I'm really leaving now. Good night, Rebecca, she says, pulling Rebecca into a hug. I'm so sorry to hear about your car, Michelle. I hope you can get it fixed quickly. Rebecca returns the embrace warmly, her expression sympathetic. Michelle shakes her head, releasing the hug with a weary sigh. She steps toward Don. Good night, Michelle, Don says, curiosity flickering across his face. What happened out there? Michelle exhales sharply, her frustration spilling out. Craig backed right into my front bumper, completely oblivious, not even checking his mirrors. Her voice carries through the kitchen, drawing the attention of the others. Don's eyes widened. Seriously? How on earth did he manage that? He apparently doesn't know how to drive or how to respect other people's cars. What kind of idiot backs out of a driveway without checking mirrors? The rest of the group's expressions mirror Michelle's anger and disappointment. Don leans forward. Did your bumper come off? Michelle shakes her head, her voice tight. No, it's dented. But I'm furious. I just had it fixed not long ago, and now I have to worry about insurance again. Honestly, if they weren't my friends, I'd be taking this to court. Don glances at the front window, pointing toward the driveway. I can't believe how careless he was. Tanya crosses her arms, muttering, He's definitely not the brightest man on the planet. Michelle takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. Have a good night, everyone. Merry Christmas. She moves toward the door, her tone low and defeated. Susan and Hillary follow, curiosity pulling them outside to see the damage for themselves. As the door opens, Hillary stops it with her foot, gasping as she watches Michelle walk down the street toward her car parked at the end of the block. Holy... wow, she whispers, stunned. The rest of the women gather near the doorway, peering out at the car, while Don and Michael quietly clean up the kitchen, packing cookies into small containers to take home. Outside, Craig's voice rises in frustration as he argues with Cara and Gionni. Well, what do you want me to do now? He snaps. Gionni shakes his head firmly. Don't give me that. You're responsible, so you're paying for the damages. Maria folded her arms. Craig, seriously, act like an adult. You're being childish. Craig stomps his foot, his voice defensive. I'm not acting like a child. I'm owning up to it. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry he's being difficult, Maria says softly. I'm sure it was just an accident. Michelle shakes her head. Craig, I expect an insurance claim at the end of the week. Otherwise, I will be suing. Cara steps in quickly, sensing the tension rising. Michelle, I know you're upset, but let's not let this turn into hostility. Michelle breathes heavily, her chest tight. Cara, you have to understand. I'm furious, and I'm not going to hold back. Cara rubs her back gently, trying to calm her. I know you're frustrated, but it'll be okay. Craig said he will pay for the damages, so there's no reason to get the law involved. Michelle shakes her head, her voice breaking. You don't understand. It feels like life is constantly throwing things at me. Cara nods, her tone empathetic. I get it, Michelle, but remember, accidents happen. It's not your fault, and Craig admitted his mistake. Let's focus on moving forward. Michelle shakes her head, waving to Cara. Careless idiots, she says to herself. Craig rubs the back of his neck anxiously. I hope she'll forgive me. Gionni claps a comforting hand on Craig's shoulder. She'll get over it. Give her time to cool off. She's just frustrated and angry right now. Well, I think we'll get going now, before we add more fuel to the fire. We're sorry for causing a scene, Craig nodded firmly. Craig backs out of the driveway, checking both of his mirrors, and then pulling straight out. He waves to both Cara and Gionni as he drives by their house. Cara sighed as she followed Gionni back inside, her shoulders slumping. What a disaster, she murmured. Gionni closed the front door firmly, shaking his head. Yeah, that was a scene. Hopefully things will settle down and everyone can forgive each other. They walked into the kitchen where Don and Michael were cleaning up from cookie decorating. Tupperware containers lined the counter, dishes stacked neatly in the rack. Don was wiping down the counter while Michael tucked cookie cutters back into their drawers. He looked up, startled. Oh, hey guys. Cara smiled softly. Aw, you guys don't have to clean up after everyone, but I appreciate it. Thank you. She gave him a shy smile. Don grinned. Don't worry about it. We figured it was time to wrap things up anyway. Gionni nodded. Yeah, that was one way to end the night. Rebecca rose from the couch, gathering her things. She passed goodbyes to everyone and then made her way out. "Good night, everyone. Merry Christmas," she said warmly. "Merry Christmas, Rebecca," Liz replied with a smile. Rebecca slipped into the foyer, picking up her gifts, coat, and purse. Cara and Gionni waited to see her off. "Thank you both for such a wonderful party. It really was a night to remember," she said softly. Cara hugged her. Rebecca, thanks for coming. Merry Christmas." Susan and Hillary followed next, saying their goodbyes to the group. "Have a good night, everyone. Merry Christmas," Hillary called out, waving. Susan picked up their decorated cookies and joined her at the door. "Merry Christmas. Thank you for having us. Tonight was magical," she said sincerely. Cara pulled them in for a quick hug. "Thanks for coming," she added, smiling as they headed down the porch steps. Carole, Carla, Brad, and Tom gathered their belongings, preparing to leave together. They offered their farewells in the kitchen before heading into the foyer. Cara waved them off as Brad and Tom said goodnight to Gionni. "Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a good night," Cara said. The group stepped out into the cold, walking down the driveway. Liz and Michael left next. Liz was carrying cookies while Michael held their gifts. After saying goodbye to Tanya and Dawn, Liz hugged Cara. "Good night, Cara. Thanks again." Cara smiled, waving to both of them. "Merry Christmas, guys." Gionni clasped Michael's hand in a quick dab. "Drive safe." Tanya followed, waving to Dawn and Gionni before hugging Cara. "Thank you for a wonderful night. Merry Christmas," she said, slipping out the door. Dawn was the last to leave. He clasped Gianni's hand. "Good night, you two. This was a nice evening." Cara hugged him quickly. "Thanks for coming, Dawn. I really appreciated your help tonight. Merry Christmas." Dawn smiled, waved, and stepped out into the night. When the door closed for the final time, Gionni let out a heavy sigh. "Time for bed, babe." Cara leaned into him, nodding. "Definitely. I'm ready for some sleep after this crazy night." After a busy and eventful evening, Cara and Gionni head upstairs to their bedroom to wind down and get ready for bed. They both agree that despite the stressful moments and unexpected complications, the night was overall memorable and enjoyable.